Shut up and sit down.
Greetings, my fellow Earth travelers. Welcome back to All the Mod 6. Hope you guys are doing well today. So guys, last time we worked on the golden fields of grain as well as the cow reader 9064. As you can see over here, I have been working a little bit off camera and expanded it as I said I would. And we've made a few minor changes, nothing major. I did add this barrier here because the babies were wanting to get to the mamas, and we're bunching up right here in this corner and jumping. And when there was enough of them in there, they were actually jumping out of the pen. That's why it is now 2 walls high, and there's a blocker there so they can't see their mama. As well, they were jumping out of here, so I shrunk this down to a 1x instead of the 2x it was, and put walls around. I went it with the barrels just because they look better, but that's had another problem because that there village right over there, them boys be heading over here and trying to get into the barrel. And I think I just saw a golem. Oh yeah, look at there. Oh, there's 2. And that looks like 3. Okay, so yeah, there's a few golems over there. I'm guessing, you know, because I've been AFKing a little bit over here. We've been probably getting some nighttime spawns, and they've been freaking out and spawning in golems to kill the zombies. We did make the baby animal separators, and this guy here, the mob crusher, which is different than what we're using over here. Over here, we're using the mob slaughter factory. Remember, we're trying to get the meat and the pink slime out of this one. These two we're using crushers because we want to get the actual drops. So we've got the drops going downstairs. Shut up, Windows. Nobody wants you. So we come down here, and we've expanded this out a little bit, as you can see. And we are collecting all the bits and shoving them down this line over here. And we are getting wool and mutton and tallow and our sinew and meat and bozers and XP. This is kind of cool. What I'm doing is turning the liquefacted XP, dumping it into this here dissolution chamber. It turns it into bottles of experience. So we can just, you know, come over here, toss it on the ground and get some XP when we need it. Handy. Plus we're getting leather and the inferium. And then of course, you know, this is our sludge being turned into these 6 right here, and we just expanded this out. One of the things I want to do today is connect this up to our refined storage system. I did bring it down here because I was doing a lot of work down here, crafting and whatnot. So I went ahead and just put one down here, made life easy. But I do want to connect this up as well as the bees. Now, I haven't done anything with the bees. They are what they are. All I did was add a larger honey storage container, and that is all I've done with the bees off cam. They're still in the janky house that I don't like and need to replace at some point in time down the road. Now, while I was in the nether gathering netherite, I did find some more bees. So we got some lava bees and some crystal bees and another magma bee, which we need to work with. And I'm getting the tickety ticks. You always get the tickety ticks till you open that up and close it, and then the tickety ticks go away. I don't know why that's a thing, but it's a thing. So you can see this thing has been working a treat. We have gotten tons and tons and tons of resources. Yeah. Hello? Oh my goodness. Hi. You're wearing a hat. Interesting. Don't blow up. You weren't supposed to blow up. Luckily this is protected. Dude, homie. You and me. We're going to have a personal problem with your little fancy hat. Goofball. Alright, anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted, we have grown our storage capacity for the honey. I went ahead and made one of these advanced black hole tanks. Resource heavy, but other than that, not terrible. Like you said, oh, I didn't even put my armor back on. I should probably do that. given that there's bad things afoot. So if we look at the black hole tanks, and we look at the advanced black hole tank. So for this guy, we just needed some ender pearls, which we have quite a few of. Needed some eyes of ender, which I did have to go find a fortress with a blaze on it. We needed the plastic, and we needed an advanced machine frame, which is the netherite scraps, which sent us to the nether for that as well. So just a lot of nether mining off cam, and that's about it for the off cam work. Minus, my goodness, there's just things everywhere. Bad juju up in here. I know we did talk about changing that around, and I haven't done it yet. I do still need to do that. I probably should go sleep. Good morning. All right, so the only other things, like I said, I really did. Nobody. Okay, is I added a crafting grid out here where we can get to it nice and easy while we're out here. You can also get to it from the basement down here, which is handy dandy. And you don't see any cables. So that worked out fairly well. It's in a weird spot, but hey, you can get to it if you need it. I hear jiggly bones. I hear shooty. Come here, homeboy. And you're dead. I did go ahead and set up a Zorp to the blaze spawner. So we can just Zorp in here. And there's our spawner right there. Isn't this a hideous looking biome? Oh, I tell you what. Yeah, we can just come up here. We'll get some blaze spawns. We murtificate their face. And then we can Zorp out of here quick and easy. Handy dandy. Alright, today, like I said, I want to work on connecting those systems up, both the bees and there's witch. Hello. Anyway, and this stuff under here, these storage doors and the bee storage doors to our refined storage system. So in order to do that, we want to make these external storage devices. Now, we're not going to have all the pieces. We're going to need some processors and construction destruction cores, which we've done before. So let me gather those up. All right, so we made up enough stuff, I think, to make these external storage devices. We're going to need 2 of these bad boys. We'll go ahead and get those. And let's get some cobble. And we will run this guy into here. So we're going to pop this guy into there like so. And I'm not going to worry about a priority because I don't want, if you up the priority, the system, the refined storage system will try to send any of these blocks here. And I don't necessarily want them to do that because I've put voids on all these. So, you know, it'll only store what it can and then start dumping the rest. I don't want it to do that yet. So we're going to get this guy cobbled in. And how do I wish to do this? I think I'll just take these 2 out because I don't use them anyway. Oh, I used the wrong thing. Dang it. I was like, where did that little tip come from? Gimme, gimme. There we go. And there we go. Now, this should now be connected. And we should see, like experience bottles, I probably have none in the system. We have 907 in those drawers. So if we come over here, we now have, oh, apparently I did have some in the system. Okay, well, there you go. We now have more. These guys, I know I didn't have any in the system. I don't think I had any in the system. What the heck? I don't even remember what these things are called. What are you called? You are called Spirit of Birthing. Right. Spirit of Birthing. Oh, apparently I did have some in the system. So there you go. All right. So now it is connected. We can see that it is connected. Actually, what I can do is come over here and go Spirit. We'll just take all of them out. We see that that's empty. We now have 39 in there, and I need to actually lock these drawers so that if we do use everything, it won't let it be anything other than this. There. Now all the drawers are locked. So if I do pull out all 39, for example, it still holds, is still a placeholder for the spirit of birthing. So that is a handy thing. All right, now I need to run over and do the bees. All right, over here at the bees, I had already run a line here. I just never connected it. So we've got our external storage. We can pop that in. And now what we're going to see is this ridiculous amount of stuff be ready for use inside. So we should see like the RGBs, should see those essence, should see 30,000 rotten flesh. I mean, these are huge numbers. We know we didn't have anything in our storage system up that in those numbers. So you see all that is this stuff listed right here. Super handy. We can now have access to all of this goodness with the exception of this guy in our refined storage system. And we're going to take care of that here momentarily. All right, now we're starting to make a lot of different fluids like the creosote and the pink slime and the meat, and the honey, all those things. And I want to start setting up a way for our refined storage system to start using those resources. Now I've made a fluid storage disk, a top tier one, and I've made a disk drive. Now you can mix the fluid storage disk with the item storage disk. It works perfectly fine. You could throw it in there. It doesn't even have to be at the bottom. It could be way up here at the top. You notice the fluid ones have kind of the blue line on them. And the regular ones have that just regular old color. Now the problem with adding the fluid storage, if you look, we can hold 192,000 items with our 3 drives. If I had the 4096K fluid storage, it takes us to 4.2 million because it's calculating the fluid in together with the items. And that doesn't give me a realistic number for how many items I have. So I prefer to do it by adding a second disk drive and putting the fluid in its own disk drive. This tells me I've got 4 million fluid and I've got 192,000 items. Now this does take more power. As you see when we scroll down here, we can see 2 disk drives. Each one takes, well, this guy, because he has 3 drives, takes 3 FE. This guy, because he has 1 drive, takes 1 FE. So it is adding a little bit of FE. Actually, let's see if we take this out and we just put the disk in here. Is it still just 4? Because that would be... Okay, so yeah, it adds nothing. Perfect. So it gives us the benefit of keeping things separate so we have nice views into our system and it is no harm in power. So beautiful. All right, now in order to access these fluids, we're going to have to make a fluid crafting grid or fluid grid, this guy right here. So we're going to need a regular grid. I think I have all the pieces parts to make this. We'll find out in a minute. Oh, I did not make the processors. Dang it, Bobby. Why do I always forget the processors? All right, so we need 2 of those, and pretty sure it was construction destruction, right? Yeah, always with those, which those are made out of these guys. So we need 2 of these guys. All right, so we take these, drop them in the environmental or elemental craft cookerator, and we'll bake these real quick. And there we go. Drop those in the system. Oh, didn't turn them into the right cores. All right, we'll do 1 of those. We'll do 1 of them's. Bippity boppity. And there's a grid. Now we just need to turn that into, oh, we're going to need an advanced, which means we need 1 of them's, which means we're going to use a diamond. No big deal. We have quite a few of those. Been doing a lot of mining off cam. We're actually going to go down there in the mines today and do a little bit more work down there. And I'm going to show you one other thing I worked on off camera. Real simple. And I've been letting it run. Hopefully it's been doing some good for us. There we go. Fluid grid. Perfect. Drop that guy right there. Oh, that is not going to work. Not going to work at all. We're going to need to take this and that and this and that. Do that. And yes, let's match the color, please. Thank you. All right, now if we look at the fluid grid, it looks much like a regular old crafting grid. The only difference is this guy can hold liquids. So if we look up our buckets, we have 2 buckets of water. And we have 2 buckets of lava. So we can take these and we can dump the buckets into our fluid system. And you can see now we have empty buckets, but we have 2 buckets of water, 2 buckets of lava. Now if I take these empty buckets, dump them back into our item storage, and we go look at our disk, we can see we're holding 4 buckets of fluid. Doesn't really matter what kind, just that it is 4 buckets of fluid. Now, the benefit is if I need some lava, I can just click on it. It pulls one of the empty buckets out of here. If we look up buckets, we see that we have 4 buckets in there. If I come over here and pull out another bucket of lava, and now we come back here and we look at our buckets, we can see that we now have 3 buckets left. So it's using one of those buckets to collect this delicious resources and storing it digitally on that drive. How handy is that? So let's get our empty buckets, and I'm going to just go ahead and dump some creosote in there. So we'll put 5 creosote buckets in there. And now you can see we have 5 buckets of creosote. And we're now storing 9 buckets of fluid. How cool is that? Now, one other thing we can do is utilizing an external storage, which I'm going to have to make processors for, of course. Why wouldn't I? Heavens to Murgatroyd, if I had processors already made up. We got those done. Pop them into the system. Oh, we're going to have to make one of those. And we're going to have to make one of them. And an external storage. Let's get some cable. And let's head back over to the bees. All right, we're back over here at the bees, and I want to connect this honey to our refined storage system. I'm going to figure out a way to cable it where it's not going to be too terribly in the way. Hello? Why you no go? Why can't I no... Magic. Okay. Whatever. Works for me. We'll bring that there like there. We'll take this external storage, same one we just used on here. If you notice, this guy is set to type items. We're going to connect this here and set to type fluids. And you see it filled up. It can hold 65.5 million, and we're holding 15.4. Yeah. There we go. My brain had hurting there real bad for a second. It was like not working at all. So I could build another crafting grid down here. So let me do that real quick. All right, got lazy and just came back to the house rather than taking the time to build it. But you can see there's all of our honey. Tons and tons of honey. 15.4 thousand honey in the system ready to rock. But notice not taking up space on our disk. So super handy. Now one other thing I will do is I will run back over here, and I am going to set that as the default storage location for honey. So our system will only ever use this ginormo honey storage spot to put honey. So it won't actually take up disk space. So to do that, we're going to come over here. And we're going to alter the priority, and we're just going to bump it up by anything at all. So it has a higher priority now than the drive, so all new honey will go right there. Now the other piece of this is we want to expand what we have going on underneath the barn here for fluid storage because we have some fluid coming in down here as well. So you can see we've got the meat and we've got the pink slime, and I actually took 2 of the pink slime upstairs because they're already full. Yes, right here. And I'm not going to worry too much about the liquid XP. This is for another project later today. But I think we want to take this pink slime and turn it into a black hole unit, just like we did with the honey. And we'll put that down here somewhere. And then we're going to connect it into the storage system, just like we did with the honey, as well as the meat. We'll get that as well. So let me work on some bits and bobs to do that, and I'll bring you back. All right, just ramping up over here and getting the pink slime moved in. That should get it all squared up. And we should have a whole bunch of buckets of pink slime sitting over here in this advanced black hole tank. You can see that I did go ahead and grab these tanks from upstairs and emptied those out. So that is now done. I just routed everything behind the wall there to get it out of the way. This should be our meat. Yes, this is our liquid meat. So we don't really need to do that, but I like to do it anyway. There we go. That should have everything in there. I'd mentioned bringing a black hole tank down for the meat as well, but I decided against it. We don't have that much. Might as well keep it in there until we need it, because those black hole tanks are a little bit pricey. Let's grab some cobblestone and just fill this in like so. And well, I'm a moron. I only made one of these. Dang it. I don't think I can put it in here. What I would like to do is put one there and one there. I wonder if I can do that. All right, let me go make some more. Well, one more at any rate. That should add the liquid meat to our system. Set it to fluid. And we want to give this the priority storage location for meat and meat-related items. So gross. Liquefied meat. Who wants that nonsense? Anyway. Oh, you can see some of our giblets coming in from a sheep. We can see some wool and some mutton coming in. Load up in our system. Handy dandy, super fancy. All right, let me go grab another external storage device. All right, so you can see we've got the additional external storage put on there. We do set it to fluid type, and we did set a priority of +1 on these guys. So we got fluid and priority +1. Is that not taken? Okay, that did take. There we go. So those will be the primary storage locations for liquid meat and pink slime. Now I did go ahead and make a fluid crafting grid and dropped it up here. Actually, we still have our dark oak trapdoors that used to go around the bottom down here. And we can see that we now see all that stuff. We got all the pink slime. We've got the liquid meat. How handy is that? Now, one other thing I want to do, I have been over here working on some cyclic, making some amber. And what I want to do is to make my life easier when I go mining. So I want to make one of these caving torch charms because I've been doing a lot of mining. We are going to need some amber, but we're going to need a torch charm. So let's make that. And then let's make these caving model. And I don't want it in my inventory because it's going to start placing torches all over the place. See, it already started. It didn't ask you to place them there. It's a second that thing's in your inventory, it starts tossing torches all over the place. Anyway, so we now have a bunch of torches. We'll use that when we get downstairs, down in the mines. One other thing I want to look at today is a pump. because, well, last time we made this guy, the Material Stonework Factory, so that we can make andesite, diorite, and all those things that we can't get in the world. So I have been taking this downstairs, filling it up with lava. Actually, I took it into the nether, filled it up with lava, brought it back, and have just been pumping the lava in for well, that's one trip's worth. We've gotten 200 and some odd. Why am I doing this one at a time? Remind me again. Anyway, so we've been getting quite a bit of andesite, and obviously we're going to want a lot more. So there you go. We've gotten 452 andesite thus far. But I want to kind of automate a way to get that lava and bring it here in large quantities. So this guy can just keep on trucking, because I did pipe him in the water he needs from the kitchen sink. We just need to set up a way to get some lava. So I want to do some pumps, and I was looking at the various pumps that we have available to us. Of course, we have our immersive engineering, which we haven't much got into yet other than making some creosote. We got Mekanism, which we have gotten into. That's a mana pump. That's not going to help us a whole lot. We got a vacuum pump from Pneumaticraft. Pumps Plus, which I've never used. So these are all from Quarry Plus. And then we've got a ranged pump. I think we're going to use the ranged pump. It is a bit pricey. It does take a block of diamonds. But I think it will do what we want it to do. Apparently I'm out of obsidian, wouldn't you know? Pretty sure we can make it in here though. Yep. And we need 1 bucket of water to 1 bucket of lava, and of course I have no lava. So I am going to take some buckets. How much obsidian did I need? I am 3 obsidian short. Did I have 3 buckets of lava in my system? I have 2. Well, wouldn't you know? Okay. So we're going to take our bucket. And I'm going to go get us some, hopefully, the last load of lava I'm going to have to run down here and get. I think this time I'm just going to go grab it from the mines. Alright, we got a bunch of lava, so we can go ahead and whip up a bunch of obsidian. Let's go ahead and get that. Now, back to that ranged pump, right? So we do need a bucket of lava, we need a bucket of water, and a diamond block. So there's our diamond block. We need bucket of lava, bucket of water. Toss those in the system. And there we go. Ranged pump. Now we are going to have to power this bad boy. And I think we're going to go ahead and use this here lava to do it. Because it doesn't take a huge amount of power. And I think we're just going to stick with our tried and true heat generators. We've been using them everywhere. They're working fine. We can always make more if we need more, but I think 2 is a good start. So we'll need that. We'll need some universal cables. That should probably be fine. And how can we transport this? Do we have any ender tanks? We have ender chests. We do have ender tanks. So... okay, these are all going to be color coded by the wool type. So I think we'll need to... do I have orange wool? I do not. And we're going to need some more obsidian. So we need at least 2 orange wool. Be quiet, phone. Nobody's talking to you. That's actually probably one of you guys leaving a comment on a video would be my guess. Given that it's Easter Sunday. As I record this, I doubt many people are messaging me from work or otherwise. I already had dinner with the fam, so it's not going to be them. So whoever that was, hey, thanks. Alright, so we'll get those cranked out. And let's do 2 orange ones for Lava. Perfectamundo. Alright, so we'll leave one of these up here. Maybe right. Actually, I think I want to store some. Yeah. I think we're going to come down here and probably put it down here. And do a giant storage tank like we did that, I think is a good idea. So we'll put one down. Well, that went sideways. Okay, whatever. It's fine. Let's go work on what I need to work on downstairs. Do we have all the bits and bobs we're going to need? Because we won't have a way to get stuff easily while we're down there. We'll have to come back if we forgot anything. Got power gen. We got power. Oh, we need pipes. Should have a bunch of those. Scratch my head because I think that's everything we need. Yeah, let's call it good. All right, down into the mines we go. All right, we are down here in the mines, and as you can see, I have done quite a bit of diggerating, and I want to show you what this guy does. So I'm going to go ahead and put him in our inventory, and notice how there's these patches of darkness over there and on the ceiling. As I come walking through here, you'll notice it starts to get a little bit brighter. So I'm going to just do a little runny hoppy jumpy all the way to the end. We're going to turn around. We're going to notice there is no darkness whatsoever in the path that I took. That's because this little guy is torch spamming the ever-loving crap out of this area. So that everything is nicely lit up. And why is that good? Why is it cool? Well, when I come over here and do some mining, you know, say I want to start mining this direction, right? You know, so we just do our old faithful of a little bit of vein mining here and there, like so. We find some resources, we collect them. But you notice I'm not having to stop and torch or do any of that stuff. Now, it's not truly necessary. Hello, lava in my face. You're going to be a problem. Of course, I don't have any cobblestone out. Normally when I mine, I have a spot of cobble on my hotbar for exactly this type of situation. So we can go ahead and block that off. And this leads to why I want to do ranged pumping down here instead of in the nether. We probably will eventually move it to the nether. But for the time being, I want to get rid of these little pockets of lava like this because, as you can see, they're quite annoying. Range pump I want to use to come through and knock out all this lava because it's a nuisance. And I can do some additional mining in these little pocket areas. Like I said, it works well in the nether as well. I think we'll set it up right here to start with, so it'll take out all of this and all of that. So let's get this guy in place. Bam. Ranged pump. And we're going to feed him power from these guys. So we'll put, I think, we'll come back like 2 blocks. So we'll put one there and one there. Bippity boppity. Actually, let's put them a block apart for maximum lavification. Perfect. Now we will take our glass, just so I know there's lava inside and don't burn my own face off. Or at least it limits my opportunity to be a complete and utter moron. And we'll do this. Boop, boop, boop. Like that, so. And then we're going to leave a block space around the whole thing. We're going to leave a block in the back. Like so. And we'll do this. Boom, bam, boom, bam. Excellent. I don't really care if it's covered or not. So now we need to get a bunch of lava, which, you know, we happen to have a little bit right there, and feed this guy. So we'll put this there, we'll put that there. We'll get our universal power cables. It's important to put these in first before you start getting the lava, because when I lava log the generator, it's actually going to pour out the front if I don't do this first. So we'll do that. Now that will power this guy. And now I just need to grab a whole bunch of lava and fill in this machine. I don't think lava underneath helps at all. Oh, yes, it does. Okay. So we'll definitely do that. So we want to put lava in every spot that actually helps. All right, now we've got energy generation done and piped into our range pump. Now we want to get the lava out of the range pump and into this ender tank. So I think I'm just going to set this guy here, and hopefully this will work. No. Does it want to be on top? It does. Huh. That's interesting. Okay. I can work with that game. I can work with that. Alright, we can see the pump searching for lava. In the bottom left corner there, as I right click it, you can see it updating that it's searching different coordinates looking for lava. And as it finds it, it's going to grab it and hopefully shove it into this tank. I haven't used these in there's been a lot of updates to this mod since the last time I used it, so bear with me as I learn how to use them again. But I think this will work just fine. Let's go upstairs and set up a receiver and see if we start seeing some lava flow. Real quick, while we're down here, I did want to show you the little thing I did down here. I told you there was something down in the mines. I set up just a giant water pit. This is 21 by 21 water pit. And the reason I set up such a large water pit is because that is the range at which a cyclic item collector can, the maximum range at which it can gather items. Then I built a cyclic fishing net down here and just a hopper and a chest, which I had filled up with fishing rods, just regular old vanilla Minecraft fishing rods. And this guy went out and did a bunch of fishing for us. Just wanted to see what I could get. Is it books? Is it fish? What can you get? And here's what you can get. Now, the lame leather boots, we, are going to put those in a position of high importance and much acclaimed. They will sit there in honor forever. So it looks like aquaculture's pretty much taken over the fishing. So no books, but we are getting treasure chests, loot boxes, and boxes. Now these are full of goodies, and I think I will empty some of my inventory here so we can kind of see what we're going to get. Let's go ahead and crack this open, and we got a diamond. Crack it open again. Gold. Iron. And more iron. Okay, well that was a little anticlimactic. I was hoping for a little bit more, like some Neptunium would be nice. A clock. Really? Somebody's borked up the loot tables on these. This is lame. Alright, what about here? Anything good? Wow. No, nothing good at all. We'll put that leather in a position of esteem. And the rest of it's just like meh. Wheat seeds, that can go in a position of esteem as well. Yeah. Yeah, kind of lame. Not gonna lie, kind of lame. The driftwood's nice because that can be turned into logs. I forget how. Just regular crafting bench. Okay, so we put that there, and now we get planks. Perfect. So that actually gives us a lot of planks. So that's handy. And there's a goldfish, I think. Somewhere. Should have farmed up some. Yeah. These goldfish. These will turn into gold nuggets. So take that for what it is. Yeah. So nothing truly amazing. I don't really see a need to. I was wanting to find out if there would be a need to automate this and set it up as a permanent item collector. And the only thing we really got out of that I wanted was those treasure chests, and that's because those produce Neptunium, which is a resource from aquaculture you can use to make some handy dandy things. Lily pads are kind of nice. Those are a little bit pain to collect. But other than that, big ball of meh, I think. So I guess I will pack up what we have here into our wooden storage crates and take it upstairs, and we'll dump it in the storage system. But not really a need to expand upon this, I think. Okay, 2 other things I forgot from aquaculture is tin cans. Those can be turned into something. Oh, okay, cook them. It's like I'm pretty sure they turn into nuggets. But yeah, you have to cook-rate them. So that actually, each can turns into quite a few nuggets. So that's a decent way to get nuggets. And then message in a bottle, break them and you get goofy little messages in the bottom left corner of your screen. So there you go. All right, just making up that advanced tank. We're going to need to get some latex, I think. Let's do that. So we want that advanced tank for the leather storage. What did I get wrong? Does it need more latex? You know, I've done this so many times, you'd think I would remember by now. Why? We need machine frames, we need plastic, simple frame, netherite, gold. A pink slime, not latex. All right, now that that's empty, we can go get some pink slime. So we can just grab from here because we have this lovely new system, which we set up today. Throw some pink slime in there and perfect. Make sure we put our bucket back. Shouldn't need those anymore. We put this away. And we still wait. Perfect. Advanced machine frame. Excelente. Drop that in the system. Advanced black hole, please. Thank you very much. Oh, we are going to need that pipe. All right. We might need that. So let's go down here. All right. So let's set this guy here. He's got 0 buckets of nada in him. And let's take this, and can I set it like that? And they connect. They do. Perfect. Now, can I do this? Is this even going to work? I see nothing happening. All right, so got a setup that is working now. I went ahead and, well, started with adding an extra generator, thinking maybe it was short on power, and then I remembered I'm a moron because in my test world it only had 1 generator, so 1 generator's fine. So yeah, went ahead and put up 3 anyway because, yeah, moron. But as you can see, it is pumping out lava into the ender tanks, sending it over to this inner tank, and then thus putting it into this advanced black hole tank, which is awesome sauce. What I think the problem ended up being was, as you can see, we're in a different location. We're actually up. There's our stairway down to the mine. This is about the halfway mark where we found that giant open room that we lit up and killed a bunch of mobs. I came up here because there's lava, plenty of lava below us, and I was thinking it was having a problem looking up. that it wanted to look down, and that seems to have corrected the issue. You see now it is looking down below us and finding lava and bringing it up and throwing it in. So I should be able to move this small little setup back over to the barn. All right, as we can see, lava just flowed in. We're at 46 buckets. And if we wait a second, we'll see another flow and another bucket up here. And there we go. We got 2 buckets, so we're up to 48. So now if we just connect this to our refined storage system with another external storage bumper, we should be good to go. And there we go. We added the external storage, set it to fluid, give it a priority of 1. And now it should be in our system. We should have lots of free, well, if I look at the right grid, we should have lava coming in. Perfect. So now all we have to do is connect this guy and we get free lava that we can use to produce all the wonderful things. All right, so I've changed my mind a little bit. I went ahead and grabbed this ender tank from downstairs and just brought it up here because I have torches everywhere again. Okay, fine. Anyway, went ahead and grabbed the ender tank from downstairs, and I'm just going to drop him in here and let him dump directly into here because I want to save some of this lava here. If I connected the refined storage system up to this guy, he would just consume all of the lava. And I want to make sure I have some available to me when I want it so I can make other things. So this guy will, as he's collecting lava, just dump it in here, craft it, but leave what we have alone. So we'll always have that lava there ready to go if we need it for something else. And then once I've produced enough out of this machine, I can always just disconnect it, move it back downstairs, and we have a ton of lava flowing into this guy. So I'm going to let this guy produce some obsidian, since we were a little bit low on obsidian, and I'm going to, once he's produced enough of that, I'll probably switch him back over to andesite, let him produce some more of that, and then we'll see where we go from there. But that's the 2 things I want to work on now, is obsidian and andesite. All right, everybody, I do think that's going to do it for this episode. I sure do appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me. We got tons of work done. Seemed like all of it was based on fluids today. But until next time, you guys get out there, make some noise. See ya.